Good morning. I have been tagged on being frugal by More to Life, and I'll put the description of her link in the description box below. And there's 7 questions that need to be answered. The first one is, what do you do every day to be frugal? Well, I think about what we're going to have for meals for dinner that night, and I try to make all my meals from scratch. I don't always, but I do try. Um, Whatever is in season, I either try to can it, dehydrate it, or freeze it for the day. I always like to do a task that I don't want to do the very first thing in the morning to get it out of the way. Another thing is we do have a television, but I only run it at night to watch the news, and that's it. And then it goes off. Okay, number 2, your best strategies on saving on the utilities. Well, let me tell you, we do have an outdoor furnace, which that's an outdoor boiler. It heats our hot water, and it also gives us heat for the spring, fall, and winter, or whenever we want it. It's wonderful. Not all people can afford them, but if you can afford one, they are great. What else? On utilities, I have an oil lamp that I use. I have candles that I make and I use. We also have a fireplace, so that's nice to light a fire. It saves on your lighting. Can't say it really saves on heat because it just kind of goes up through the chimney, but it does give you a little warmth when you're sitting around it, and it's really nice and cozy. Let's see. We also have candles that are in each of our windows, and they come on at dusk and they go off at let's see, they come on at dusk. Yeah, they come on at dusk and go off at dawn. And we have them all in the windows, and they light the whole first floor up. We do have 2 floors in our home. We have a basement, but we do not use it. It's full and it's usable. I mean, it's full as in we just store things down there. We also have a root cellar down there. But let's see, what else do we have? We also, on savings, I use candles, like I said. Let's see, for utilities, what else do we save on? That's pretty much it. We also have a backup of propane lights if the lights, if we lose power, which we're known to have a lot sometimes in the winter. Let's see. Number 3. Let's see here. Got a couple of pages. Let me find it here. Best way to save on household purchases. The best way for me to save on household purchases is we do cut coupons, but we only use coupons on what we use. We don't just cut a coupon and say, oh, we can save on toilet paper because it's on sale 50 cents or $1. We don't do that. We only purchase with coupons what we need. For household things, I make my laundry detergent. It's the very basic formula. I don't have a YouTube out. I don't believe on that. I'll have to do one because I'm getting a little low. I do make my dishwasher tablets that go in our dishwasher. And I do have a YouTube on that. So I'll link that in the description box. Let's see. I also make our own soap. It's the basic lye soap. And I use essential oils in it, and I also sell it when it's available, but I haven't made any for a while because I do still have a few bars left, but the holidays are coming, So I'll be making some of that. So I do make my own lye soap. My dish detergent, I don't, for the dishes, I don't always make that. I sometimes pick it up with coupons, and then at the Dollar Tree, they will sometimes have it, and I'll have a coupon for 50 cents. So I pay 50 cents for my dishwashing detergent. Let's see here. To do best ways to save on household purchases. I guess that would be it for that. I'm kind of jumbled here on my paper. Um, what's the best tip on clothing? That would be number 4. I usually buy my clothes off the clearance rack. Or when the season changes, I get really good bargains when the season changes. Like now, the summer clothes are on clearance and the winter clothes are coming in. I don't buy too many clothes. I also make my own clothes. I make my aprons, my dresses. I used to wear head coverings every day. Now I no longer am doing that. And I used to always have an apron, dress, and a head covering that matched. Let's see, what else? That would be it about for my clothing. I am a little particular on what I wear. And if I find something that I like or make, I will make several or have several of it available to me. Another one would be a tip to stay out of debt. That would be number 5, or pay them down. A tip to get out of debt or pay them down. Well, I would say cash is always good. Not everybody has cash. Some people have debit cards now. People have credit cards. A tip to stay out of debt. Well, I would say if you owe on a credit card or if you owe on a debt, take the largest one you have first. Or no, it should be the smallest one you have first and pay as much as you can on it. Even if it's $1 or $2 a week or $5 or however you pay your bill. That will help reduce that debt. And just try not to use credit cards. Or I know sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes it gets really hard and tight out there and you just got to do it. Now it says share one thing. Number 6 is share one thing to save money. Well, I have noticed this lately. I have been helping my dad out. He's been quite sick. And I have to travel into the city. And one morning I thought, well, I'll just stop at Dunkin' Donuts and pick up some donut holes for my mom and I while we take him to the hospital. Well, I noticed, and I have been noticing, that the bigger chains that sell coffee, wow, somebody's making a lot of money. I don't drink coffee, but I notice a lot of people go out and they buy coffee in the morning, or they buy a latte, or they buy, I don't know, the fancy drinks that are out there because I don't normally buy too many of them. It's a treat if I get a caramel frap, and that's about the only thing. So I would say the one thing to save money, or a couple of things to share one thing to save money, is if you go out and buy a coffee, try to make it at home because it is a whole lot cheaper. I don't drink coffee, so please, don't come down on me for that. But I just look around and see people walking with iced coffees and all this, and boy, someone's making a lot of money on that. So that'd be one thing I would try to save, if you want to save some money. And try not to eat out. Those fast food chains, they cost a lot of money. I mean, you go to McDonald's now, you can't buy a meal under, I'm going to say $7 if you buy a complete meal. Um, and that's with a drink. That's a lot of money. So two people, that's $14. You can almost go to a little diner and have a nice meal for that. Or if you want to make it from at home from scratch, you surely can do a whole lot better than that. And number 7 is, how important is it to save money? Um, how important is it to save money? Well, I think it's very important if you can. Now, that's if you can, because I know everybody, things are tight. Um, the reason why I say that is, who's to say Social Security is going to be there down the road? The way everything's going today, you never know from one day to another. Look at our healthcare system. We don't know about healthcare, if someone's going to have insurance, what the cost is going to be, if you're going to get sick. That's what's important to me for saving, because I'm getting up there in age and I need to think about all these things. I mean, you got to think about healthcare, you got to think about Social Security, you got to think about 401k. If you have a 401k, that's very important. If you can't afford it, I understand that. I mean, not everybody can do that. I did, let's see. I did have a couple of things I wanted to add on saving. This is just little notes because I'm back and forth with my notes here. If you have a dryer, that takes a lot of electricity. I have one, but I use it very little. I have a clothesline inside the house and I have a clothesline outside. I also have racks that hang on the wall, on the molding that comes out with arms. I have several of those. I use those. And I have floor racks as well. But I wanted to add that. That was onto one of them that I had. I think that was on question number 2, your best strategies on savings. And that was what I had. And I missed that. And another thing I wanted to add with that one is, if you live out any distance from town, try to make one trip. For me to go to town and back is 24 miles. So I want to make sure I've got the necessities that I need. So make sure you're stocked up on those. And when you go, make a list so you can remember that you got to go to X, Y, and Z. And another thing is gas. It takes gas to go back and forth. So make sure when you're in town, you got gas in your tank. And make sure if you got to buy gas for your lawnmower, your weed whacker, or your tractor or whatever, make sure you pick that up too. That's very important, so you don't have to make more than one trip in town. But I guess that's it. I'm sorry if I jumbled around a little, but I had a couple of different pieces of paper here, and every day I kept saying, I've got to get this done. I've got to get this done. So today I said, I'm sitting down. I'm out in my summer kitchen. I'm doing a few things. It's damp. It's cold. It's a little dreary. So I said, today's the day. So I'm going to link more to life that tagged me. It'll be in the description box below, and whatever else in my notes, the dishwasher tablets, I'll link that as well. And I guess that's it. I try to live pretty frugal. I try to save. I try to recycle. I try to reuse, cook from scratch, make my own. And there'll be a lot more coming in my videos. I'm just kind of slow getting around and getting it going. I am a little busy right now with trying to take care of jams and jellies for my customers with the berries that are in season. So thank you for stopping by. And for people I'd like to tag, Patty Rose I'd like to tag her. And anybody else, because so many people have already been tagged for this. So whoever sees this and would like to do it, just please tag yourself and go for it. But I'll get a hold of Patty Rose and see if she's done this, and I'll also put her link below. She's got a wonderful channel as well as More to Life. So I'll put both of them below. And I hope you enjoyed this and you get to know a little bit more about me. I also like to just put an ending that I do jumble around a little bit because I did have a brain injury, and sometimes I get a little confused on things. That's why I've got multi pieces of paper, and when you see me doing things, I do multitasking with paper because I want to make sure I get it down and get it right. So please excuse me for doing that, but for the folks that don't know, I did have a brain injury, so I do use a lot of notes, and that's okay. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up. And you may share this or share any of the videos that I have listed. I would appreciate that. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And you never know what's going to be in my videos. Each day is something different. I try to mix it up because I never know myself. Okay, have a great day, and God bless. Time for me to get going on some herbs. Bye now.